Dan, you and I were in Las Vegas, our second home, at OpenText World 2023. The 6.5 was there, interviewing and chatting with the most senior management at the company.
6.5 was there, Pat. And yeah, let's talk a little bit about OpenText World. Let's talk a little bit about OpenText. How about
Yeah.
that?
No, that's a great place to start.
You know, OpenText is one of those really big companies that most people have never heard of. And when I say most, I don't mean enterprises. Enterprises know OpenText, but when I'm thinking like, consumers, because they don't make PCs or devices or phones, they are a pure enterprise information management play that is now almost $6 billion, or is $6 billion in revenue, and has done so through a pretty substantial series of inorganic and acquisitions, as well as really focusing on helping companies deal with the information management age. This event, we did have the 6.5 there. We talked to their CEO, their CMO, and their chief product officer, all of which you'll be able to watch videos, and we'll have to drop those in the links here as soon as they're up and ready. But let's be straight what this event's all about. And I didn't hear what you said there, Pat. So
I muted it. I was screaming to the rest of the family, I'm recording a podcast.
Professional stuff, people. We got to stay with this here. But that's what we do when we're on the road, Anyway, so we got to talk to the leadership. Make no mistake, this company's been enabling information and data and management in the enterprise across the full stack of business intelligence, machine learning, automation for a long time. But this event was all about AI. And you simply cannot spell aviator without AI. And this company was zeroed in on telling a story, marketecture, baby, telling a story about how companies can, download 1 million documents for 350,000 and then lay generative capabilities all on top of it. And Pat, the continuum of what it's doing in Aviator really does go from, your most sort of citizen developer friendly Aviator for business products all the way to your incredibly complex Aviator for technologist products that enable companies to build very custom with a poly LLM approach, all the way to sort of pre-canned uploaded documents with CX and DX and enterprise search capabilities. But the company really does have a story there. And this is probably what was most interesting to me. I came in, we've covered OpenText for about a year. So I still am in the phase where I'm learning more about the company and the business. And I was trying to say, what is the thing that this company really stands out for? And to me, it's all about data across the continuum being able to be managed and then being able to layer meaningful generative applications that take into consideration the important tenets of responsible AI, privacy, security, and accuracy. So, Pat, I think the company did a really good job. I think Aviator and its new brand spokesperson, ICE, caught the attention. I really enjoyed the fact that the company came out with a meaningful monetizing strategy for this, helping companies, actually pleading companies to partner in terms of getting them to the point where their data, and that's data from SharePoint, data from SAP, data from Oracle, data from Salesforce, can all be looked at under the guise of being used for generative apps. You can get a lot more in the conversations that we had, Pat, but my take here is that OpenText is a very interesting company. It's really thinking about AI in a very holistic fashion. It's not about good and bad AI. It's just AI. We heard Mark Barrenechea, CEO, say that more than one time. You don't drive a safe car, you just drive a car. And I largely agree with that, but I don't know if you've ever seen Pat on the track. There is. But anyways, good show, good event, good primer here. Check out those videos. Pat, what was your take there?
Yeah, so that was a great intro and additive. And I've been researching the company for about a year. And, I'll admit it's been a slow roll. You get a company that does so many different things in the enterprise, and they're this combination, a lot of acquisitions, right? Micro Focus is a great example, and 4 or 5 different companies along the way. But, it's a company on the move. And I think the safe and accurate way to characterize the company is it's all about information management. They have their apps, right? But it is all about ingesting every type of data type, enterprise data type on the planet, and managing that data. And CEO Mark
Berenger.
Berencia,
Berenger, yeah.
just threw out, big and impressive numbers. They manage 96 trillion rows of vertica, right? A trillion pages of content managed. And it's one thing to manage it, and it's another thing to secure it, but to activate it is really the key here. Otherwise, it's just technology for a technology's sake. And with Aviator, I think we really saw this in action when they showed a demo of Aviator Search. And on the left-hand rail, right, there were about 30 data types, right, from billing to CRM, yeah, Salesforce, Documentum, Teams, Twitter, internal Slack, internal OneDrive, and then the ability to lay across generative AI. And Dan, I'm the pain in the butt in a lot of the Q&A in these rooms, and you may or may not recall, in a major CRM meeting, it's like, how are you going to connect all this data together, right? And Salesforce had a visionary video on how to do that. And here we actually saw it in real life, right? In Aviator Search. So that really brings in the power of it. And they did a demo of Log4Shell that was a big security issue that happened a ways back, and they showed how Log4Shell came in every single private and company query that came out. We saw how a contract was put together using these tools as well from disparate data sources. So super interesting stuff. But again, folks, check out the coverage when we publish it next week on all of these interviews. There's 3, right? We had the CEO, Chief Product Officer, Chief Marketing Officer, who also runs Partner, as we found.
Call the multi-job machine, Sandiono. She's great too. So
yeah, she really is.
Screenshot that, dude? Did you when you were going through all the? I mean, was that a screen or is that all from memory? Because I pride myself on having a great memory, and you got the sources.
Oh, it's totally. I'm checking out my photos. So Dan, I'm kind of like Einstein, right? Why remember things you can just write down? And in this day and age, things you can take pictures of.